everybody. You guys had and gals had a wonderful Friday. If I can remember our last video, there seemed to be a little bit of drama in it. The way things were working out, trying to get the anchor up, get the boat floating, and then call it ahead of time, like you normally should do on a load, making sure everything's good before you get there, because it saves you a lot of headache if things don't work out. And that's a common practice that I've done through the years. But when you get people that aren't honest, it's really not going to work in your behalf. Of course, since when are brokers honest, right? I mean, they're all about cheating you out of money anyway, so. And I know that's stereotyping. It was probably the wrong thing for me to say. It's about like somebody was talking about truckers the other day, or all this and all that. So I should probably stereotype and put brokers in a box and say all of them are liars, manipulators, thieves. But the majority of them that I've ever messed with have been, they're all about getting every penny they can out of that truck driver, and then they turn around and tell the carrier that all the expenses and all the money is coming from the truck driver, and so they make the truck driver, the owner-operator, to be the enemy, when really they're the ones living high on the hog while we're out here doing the work. So I apologize for saying all that was wrong. So anyway, but when you have somebody that's being dishonest to you, it doesn't matter how many phone calls you make, it probably isn't going to work out on your behalf. And so that's what happened yesterday. I called the day before on Thursday. I booked a load on Tuesday, just to be secure that I had a load and didn't have to spend any more time on a load board, and it would be make some money and get back to Thanksgiving. And so it was a plan on my part that was going to work out if people on the other side would just be honest. So I went through the drama of getting the truck going, and anyway, that brings us up to date. And so the last we talked, I was looking at the loads on the load board, and the last load that I called, it canceled too. So just before 2 o'clock, I seen a load that was 20 miles away in St. Louis, and so I booked it. It's going to Winston Salem. It's a load of steel. It weighs 15,000 pounds. Although my gauge says it weighs more like 18,000 pounds. It's Saturday. It's no wahoo. I'm not going to go ballistic over the 3,000 pounds. So, not today. Maybe another day. So anyway, so yeah, I booked that load, and then when I got to the place where I was loading, the forklift driver's son got killed or died or something like that. Either way, so he wasn't there, and they had two inexperienced guys loading my truck, and I didn't know just how inexperienced they were until I started loading my truck. So once I saw how inexperienced they were, I got up there and made sure that everything went on correctly, and but they had stuff strung out all over the yard, and it took well, I got there shortly after 2, and I left there, I think, about 6 p.m. So, it just, but we got it loaded, and then I got out of St. Louis, and it was pretty darn close to right downtown St. Louis. And so, anywho, so that brings us up to date to this morning. The AP unit has been running okay. It's been keeping me warm. This morning it kicked off the circuit breaker. That's the second time it's kicked the circuit breaker off. I've watched some YouTube videos, and I've heard, or I've watched where some people said that theirs did it and needed a new circuit breaker, and then there's a capacitor that's up there. So I think tonight when I get pulled over, I'll start shopping for a capacitor and a breaker. And I tell you, it's a battle to keep that AP unit running. And hardly has any miles on it. Bob, the guy I got the truck from, had just put that thing on there. It had another one on there when he got it, and or he put another one on there, and it started doing the same crap, and he was having to work on it all the time. And so he just bought this whole brand new unit and put on here, and I'm constantly battling with it to keep it going and running. If you weren't mechanically inclined, you'd have that thing in the shop all the time, or it would just be extra weight carrying around, because it's a handful. It does save money, and it does keep the trucks from idling, and that's pretty big for me. So maybe not to some of you. I know I've seen videos where people say, "Whoa, out of my truck," and then today's trucks are, hippity whippity, they can handle it. So whatever. Like motors have magically cured the fact that they run on an oil pump and that they burn diesel. So anywho, kind of on the negative today. I don't mean to be, but anywho, so I'm back to the same place that I've bought at times, just above Evansville, and the reason why is because I know it's available. And so yeah, it's a beautiful day. I think I have, it says I have 567 miles, so I can actually get there today. Deliver until Monday. So I'll just mosey on that way, and you guys and gals have a great weekend. If I don't talk to you again tomorrow, got to try to get some church in tomorrow. And the word church is anywhere where 2 or more gather in my name. So that's the Lord's quote. So anyway, so yeah, there's a guy that I like to watch, and he's out of Canada. He's pretty good. And then I watch, I get a brain freeze. It's like you got a brain cell over here, a brain cell over here, and they're like playing, "Keep away from Steven." Anyhow, video's getting long. God bless. Have lots of fun. And thanks for all your comments yesterday. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Later.